Yes, I'm talking to you, bro. Welcome back to another episode of Juice Made TV. And today we have an interesting video to talk about. As you can see from the title of this video, bro, what in the who is going on with this man, Bryce James, guys? You guys know, bro, I feel like LeBron, Bronny, those two specific individuals, we always know what's going on with them. We know what's going good. We know if they're doing bad. Every single media outlet just continues to post these guys. But I feel like Bryce James, he's the player in the James family that I feel like nobody really talks about. He's always kept under the rug. People don't know if he's doing good. People don't know if he's doing bad. People don't know if these media outlets are kind of hyping him up, saying he's beating people by 40 points. Now, I know a lot of you guys out there always see these type of thumbnails and posts about Bryce James, but I feel like nobody really knows, like, is he really as good as people portray this man Bryce James to be? Bryce is currently a junior right now, so I feel like right now is definitely a good time to see what's going on, what's next, should we be concerned, and just that whole spiel about this man Bryce James. Now, as you can see here, like I mentioned, Bryce James is currently a junior right now. He's currently playing for Sierra Canyon. He's listed as a 6'6" prospect that currently resides in the class of 2025. He's only averaging around 6.8 points that we can see from the games that's actually logged online. And I feel like a lot of people may be surprised to find out that this man Bryce James is actually currently unranked, bro. Nowhere to be found on the ESPN rankings. However, he is ranked 119th overall by Rivals.com, and he's also ranked 148th, bro. 148th ranked overall by 24/7 Sports, and he's also listed as a 4-star prospect. Now, I feel like to a lot of people out there who has never ever in their entire life watched this man Bryce James at least in a full game setting, you probably only watched this man Bryce in the highlights that all of these media accounts and media outlets post him on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. Like, you probably always hear those anchors on national television saying that Bryce is the best shooter in the James family. He's already better than Bronny James. He's gonna make the NBA, no sweat. He's 6'6". He's getting comfortable with his body. These are a lot of things that I feel like we always hear about this man Bryce James. But if you're one of those people that have never seen him, then like I said, you probably think that Bryce is just this amazing player dropping 40 points a game and whatnot. But at least for me, and I know a lot of people out there, a lot of people would actually be surprised to find out that Bryce is actually nowhere to really be found on these ranking recruiting websites. And it's even more crazier to actually find out that Bryce has actually managed to only grab 3 collegiate D1 offers, in which 2 of those schools are actually associated with this man LeBron James, being Ohio State and also DeQuincy University. But if you guys remember too, DeQuincy and Ohio State, those are 2 schools that actually did the exact same thing to this man Bronny James whenever he was a freshman, also in his sophomore year. Those schools actually offered Bronny as well earlier on in his high school career. So obviously we know, bro, it's a blessing that to get a collegiate offer, it's a blessing, bro. It's an amazing thing. You gotta celebrate it. But guys, like, just reading through lines, like, you guys know, bro, that those schools really just gave this man Bryce James those offers just because, bro, he's the son of LeBron James. But if we do take a step back and if you really dissect this situation, I know I mentioned that he does have 3 offers right now, but if you take away those 2, essentially he really only has 1 Division 1 offer, and that offer is from actually Notre Dame. Now, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, guys, what in the who, bro? What in the who is going on with this man Bryce James, and how in the wow does this man only have 1 Division 1 offer and he's the son of this man LeBron James? Now, I definitely feel like it's super important to mention that around players' junior year, that's typically when a player typically receives the most amount of offers that they're actually going to get. And I feel like a player usually know where they're actually going to commit to at this specific moment in time, at least halfway into their junior year if they haven't committed to already. And you also find out that a lot of those type of players after their junior year really don't get too many offers after that. You'll probably hear it in the headlines that they do, but in reality, they typically get most of their offers in their first 3 years of their basketball career. Now, that's not me saying that Bryce is not going to get any more D1 offers or anything like that, because I definitely do think he will. He still is in the midst of his junior year, so he definitely has a little bit more time. But the biggest thing for me and the biggest surprise is, at least whenever I was drafting this video up and doing my research, I was just really thinking to myself, like, there's just absolutely no way that Bryce has 1 Division 1 offer. Like, it just does not make any sense, like, if you really think about it. I mean, even Bronny James, whenever he was entering into his junior year, he had more than just 1 offer, bro. And I don't know about you guys, but I personally feel like a lot of these colleges were just throwing offers and scholarships at this man Bronny James just because, you know, he is Bronny James and he is the son of this man LeBron. And I definitely feel like he was on a faster timeline, faster track than Bryce was at this specific moment in time. And even to finish, this man Bryce had a ton of different offers, as you can see here, getting offers from a lot of these big time programs like Oregon, Memphis, USC. But Bryce so far right now, like I said, in his junior year has only managed to grab just one offer. And I definitely feel like that really begs the question when you take a step back, like, should Bryce be panicking? Is this concerning that Bryce just has one offer? Is he running out of time? Like, what is the main reason of why he only has one offer? Is he good? Is he bad? Like, what in the who is going on? Me personally, I definitely think it's definitely a combination of a few things, starting off with his game. The fact that his game is just not where it needs to be, at least in this specific moment in time. If you go to 24/7 Sports, this is how they describe this man, Bryce James. Bryce James is the son of LeBron, and that means, like his older brother Bronny, he is under a microscope. Bryce needs to be given time and space to run his own race. He may not be the dynamic athlete or playmaker that some expect at first, but he is a fundamentally sound player with solid perimeter size and a good early skill set. He possesses clear shooting potential with natural soft touch, compact release, and the ability to make both threes and pull-ups. His left hand is definitely advanced for his age, and he also has a good early understanding of the game. Physically, he does have a solid build for an underclassman, but is still just growing into his body, and he's very far from a finished product. Now, there's definitely so much to really take away from this scouting report from 24/7 Sports, and I definitely feel like they hit the nail right in the head with this one. I feel like literally in the first sentence when he mentions that Bryce needs to be given time and space to run his own race. To me, guys, that is definitely, one of the biggest takeaways from this, just because I feel like it's super important. I feel like people need to understand, bro. Bryce is not LeBron. Bryce is not Bronny. He's not fully developed. He's a work in progress type of player, and Bryce just needs some time to run his own race. And I feel like people don't understand, like, this is Bryce's first full year of playing a varsity schedule. Like, in his freshman and sophomore year, Bryce was actually playing JV, junior varsity. So this is really the first time that we're seeing Bryce in a full action besides AAU, and this is the first time that we're actually going to be seeing him play against some good competition rather than playing against JV players. I do have to admit, whenever I do watch Bryce, I feel like one of the first things that you really notice is definitely the potential that he does have. I feel like whenever 24/7 Sports mentions that Bryce is far from a finished product, that is definitely something that I personally couldn't have said it any better myself. I mean, we know Bryce can definitely shoot the rock. I'm not saying he's just a knockdown shooter. I really don't think he's like the best shooter in the James family, but he's definitely a capable open three-point shooter. And I think that's something that he has been able to show throughout his career. And definitely one thing that I feel like that actually has improved is definitely his layup package, and also his ability to get to the rim and actually make his presence felt in some sort of way, at least on the offense side of the ball. I love whenever 24/7 Sports talks about his soft touch. That is something that you notice whenever he attacks the rim, and his ability to finish around the rim, especially with both hands. That is something I feel like a lot of people don't really talk about with Bryce. And I know a lot of people always talk about him getting more comfortable with his body and whatnot, but overall, I definitely feel like there's a lot of things that he still does need to improve on. However, I really don't think it helps whenever these social media channels and whatnot, these Instagram accounts, like, they're posting just Sierra Cannon and Bryce beating teams by 40 points, 50 points. Like, Sierra Cannon is really not playing nobody this season. I think Bryce probably should have went to a different program. The fact that he's also not even starting on this team. I mean, you guys know before he was playing for Sierra Cannon this season, he transferred like 3-4 times, bro. He was going to play with Mercy Miller and Notre Dame and another program. And I think that definitely would have been a lot better for his development, and also the fact that he would be playing a lot more. But this season, I mean, he's behind a lot of guys that are better than him, but a lot of those guys aren't even ranked in the class. So like I said, it is a little bit concerning. I mean, like I said, he's only averaging around 6.8 points, and this is nowhere near the best Sierra Canyon team, at least in the last few years. So at the end of the day, like I said, Bryce is a player that we do have to be patient with. I'm just excited and happy that he is on the floor playing. He's healthy. He's not getting injured or anything like that. But at the end of the day, no matter what, the ceiling for Bryce is definitely there. The potential is definitely there. I just think he needs to just tweak a lot of things up, and he'll definitely become a better overall player. But guys, let me know down below what you think of Bryce so far this season. Do you think he's improving? Do you think he's going to get more offers? What are your overall thoughts? Let me know down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.